Why Space God? Do you feel relation to a godly presence?
With all the studying, I like to study all types of cultures and religions, and I think that helped me build my own interpretation of God and what God is, and not a dude up in the sky. To me, I think that God is all of us unfolding. What if you were the only presence and you have consciousness? And as you have consciousness, you begin to wonder and think. And I think God thinks and wonders about everything. So, we're kind of like the unfolding of God as we evolve as God, learning and growing. In a sense, to try to explain it better, I guess God is the original AI and it learns through us. So once you recognize your space, your friends and family space, and other people that are in on this spaceship with us, you recognize the distance space in between us. You recognize respecting your space and respecting someone else's space, and just a recognition of space and God. Therefore, space God. That's why sometimes I'll say the space God, MC Pickett Vince, a person that has recognized God and the space of God and what God really is.
What's your favorite song on this album?
Woo! I think my favorite song on the Space God album is The Illest. It's for a long time in my career, people have think that my rapping is just about my style. Oh, he got a different style, a weird style, crazy. Whatever description they come about the style. And The Illest, I use that style, but I also it's just really bar heavy to let you know that yeah, dude can really rap.
That leads into my next question. So, who is the illest?
I mean, you know who the illest is. I mean, you're listening to this album, so you know who the illest is. I mean, just take a listen to it. I mean, when you think about, and not even thinking about hip hop on a world scale. When I think about hip hop and people on a local aspect, and people talk about list, which we all hate the list, but we love and hate the list at the same time. When people talk about people who are really big, it's usually more about popularity or they're flaunting this. If they're flaunting, that means they're great, but most of them are trash. When it comes to just rapping, dude really raps. This dude really raps.
Are there any songs you want to change or explain better?
I mean, I guess what I would like is if a person doesn't understand the concept on a song to let's have a dialogue about it. I don't mind talking about it. And of course, a lot of times when people enter conversations, they're just trying to prove you wrong. But to me, it's just respect their space and the person's thought, even if you don't agree with it. So I don't think that I would change or explain anything unless somebody doesn't understand it. I think a lot of the songs are self-explanatory. But if you want to talk about songs, I would love that. You can hit me up on Facebook under facebook.com/Team Pickett, and let's have a conversation about it. That's another thing about when I write. It's a lot of songs I don't even think I intentionally do it. I think I just leave them open for some interpretation, even though to me, it might be direct. It may not be direct to somebody. So if you want to ask me about a concept, that's the best place. Hit me up on Facebook. Let's dialogue about it, man. That's the only way that we get better is by having conversations, respectful conversations, talking in an effective, communicative way.
Speaking of songs on the album, Hey Little Sis is a positive song to young ladies. Is there anything you want the ladies to know when it comes to your music?
Hey Little Sis it's more directed towards younger women, mid to late teenagers to a young adult. It's we are in a society where the programming is so heavy that it might leave a younger person sort of confused at times. Also, yeah, like I was saying, that's directed towards young women, mid to late teenage to young adult. I think that we're in a society where the programming is so heavy that depending on your background, meaning your culture, the way you were raised, your religious beliefs, it could leave you feeling like lonely in this world. And your peers might come from a different upbringing, cultural and religious background, so they may be experiencing or producing things that you aren't allowed to experience or don't feel comfortable experience. And it's just like saying you don't have to be pushed into something that you're not comfortable with. Take your time growing up. You don't have to be the video chick. You don't have to make yourself a sexual item just to have friends, to catch appeal to people. There are people out there that will relate to you as you are. So, take your time, enjoy being a kid, because once you become adult, you're going to think life sucks probably. I mean, the average person does. I mean, and then I'm not that way all the time, but there are times that you be like, yo, this is just getting out of hand. From the news, the negative news, from when you think about community always has this constant complaint about things being better, but do they really want to do the work to make things better? Life can be confusing for all of us and not just young women. So I think that we should all dial back, take your time, and try to enjoy life on a simple level.
Who exactly is needed in this world for you to feel better about the space we live in?
I know I get a lot of slack because I use the B word a lot in my music. Or it seems that people specifically get mad if I say black B. Like if I can say anybody other culture is a B, but not like black people. So this song is like an affirmation, really, of how I feel about who is needed, and I think that women are heavily needed in this world. Thinking back to 2016, I think when I first started kind of conceptualizing the song in my head around that, about 2017, 18, it probably started 2016, when the Hillary Clinton was running for president, which I felt like we were coming to a time in our country and world where I think that women needed to be in a more leadership role. Maybe not that female, but I think that we're, the patriarchy is always geared to men should be the most dominant. And I think that men have their place, so do women. And I think that we're in a time where we need more women leadership. We need more nurturing, because I think it's more in a woman's aspect to be caring enough about others besides themselves, because a woman, especially a woman that's a mother, we all know that women, once they enter motherhood and a wife duties, that they kind of always put themselves on a back burner and don't leave some for themselves. And a lot of women like that, or not like it, they're comfortable with their role in that. But I think that role can be used in a different aspect, as women lead the household, make sure the children are taken care of, make sure that their education provided. And I think because of that long tradition of that women in a leadership will put that same feeling into leading the country or leading a business, that I have to make sure that my employees are taken care of. I have to make sure that I respect other world leaders and make sure that we are compromising, especially when you're a parent. If you're I see women that are parent of 2 children that are close in age, and they have to always constantly make sure that it's their fairness there. And I think that that's just one of billions of reasons that women are needed.
Do you think the songs off this album come more from personal experiences or things you witness in your community?
I think both. I think both. I think when I'm doing music, it's 99 Well, I said 97% of what I'm observing. What I'm observing in the world, whether it's the news, social media, or being a parent, or just being a regular dude. So I'm observing of what the community could do to be better. It's just my opinion on what can be done better in the computer, what we need. What my main thing is reprogramming. And that's what I wanted this album to be, like a starter block for reprogramming.
So would you say this is your confidence album?
This album, I think it does exude a lot of confidence, and I think that's because of how this album came to be. Like, some of the songs on the album I have recorded previously, and they just didn't turn out the way I wanted them. I felt like they could be stronger. So I had to have confidence to redo them, because like once I do a song, I don't want to redo it. Even when I'm recording a verse, I'm like, oh, I hope I don't mess up, because I don't want to have to keep doing it. But I had to have confidence to re-record these songs and make them the way I felt was better. Also, there's more braggadocious. I've seen people review this album as more aggressive, and I think that's part of the whole, like, is he just style? And I had a point to prove, like, no dude can really rap. This dude can really rap. So yeah, I say yes, it's a confidence. This album, also in the making of this album, it was during the time that my little bro Cooley the Curator, the man that changed Dayton hip hop, was taking a break from music. So I had to have the confidence to say, yo, can I do this mostly on my own? There's no guest appearances on this album. Even the hooks that needed singing, I sang them, and I'm not a singer. Even though watch out for that R&B album. I got an R&B album in me now, coming soon, one day. But I wanted to show that I could, like, I had to have the confidence to show that, yo, even though our group is on, our crew is kind of on a break, because Cooley is, he was on his own pilgrimage, which I'm thankful that he went on that pilgrimage, because not only did it help him develop, it like put me in a position where I had to develop and on my own, and now you have this album, Space God, off of those two different things.
How long did this album take you?
So, if I remember correct, I think there's 11 songs on the album, something like 11 songs. So, shout out to Tim Woods. Tim Woods did allow me to come to his studio and record this album. He did all the mixing and mastering. Tim Woods. So what I did was I would go over there and record 2 or 3 songs at a time. So maybe 2 months, because I was going every couple weeks, something like that. I was average about 2 months, because I would do 2 or 3 songs. I didn't want my voice to be worn out, so well, cut it off at 2. Because like I said, some of these songs were songs that were re-recorded, so I already kind of had them down. So usually I would do 2 to 3 each time. So you do the division on that.
Do you feel this album is more different or more of the same than your previous album?
Again, that's one of those things that's a both. And also it depends on the observer. How do they think it's different? To me, I think it was different. I think that, like I said, I had to instill a certain amount of confidence to go in there to not only re-record some songs that I felt like weren't recorded right. I had to have the confidence to do it on my own. So I think with the combination of things, I think that this album is slightly different from my other albums. And I owe credit to Tim Woods too, because his mixing and mastering made a lot of these joints real crispy. He put his touch on it, and I think it's in the top 2. It's in the top 2 of my album.
And playing on your song Astro Connection, do you have an Astro connection with anyone?
Yeah, if Astro Connection, I think if you listen to it, if you follow me on social media, if you see me out and about, when you see me out and about, I'm with that connection, always with that connection. And you see it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going on 27 years of marriage, and no, it's not perfect, and no, it's not always been pretty. It's been a life journey, but I don't think that I could have had this journey with anyone else.
Do you have a non-romantic astro connection?
I'm not really certain what that.
So, like, do you have like a brother soulmate, a bromate, somebody, and it could be somebody that might no longer be on this earth?
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Now I understand. A non like couple astro connection.
Your soulmate and a brother.
Definitely, man. God bless the dead. Shout out to my man Stefano, my brother from another. We were close enough that 58-9% of the time we had communication without words. Like, we didn't even say hello when we picked the phone. It's like, you know, and if we're in the same room, it's like we'll go to do the same thing at the same time. It's like you know, that's my man's forever. And as long as I have breath in me, you will hear about Stefano. God bless the dead. Yeah, Space God, if you're following my career, that is an album you should have in your collection. It came out the day of the 2024 eclipse, April 8th. It's very significant because as these next few albums and movies and stuff unfold, you'll see me reference not only Space God, but the time that it came out, which was April 8th, 2024, because I think that there was a shift not only in the world, cultural, education. I think that day had a shift in our being. And I think there's been a lot of things that have happened, key big things that have happened since then that you may not be aware about, but keep following me. Like I said, Facebook /Team Pickett, that I'll be talking about. I'll be bringing you skits and reels, just talking about different things that I have noticed since then. Go get the album. It's called Space God. It's on Bandcamp. It's totally produced by Blue Buttons, a producer from South Africa. He did his thing with all the beats. This album is jazzy, if you like jazz, which is my first love of music, even before hip hop. Jazz, which I know people who are really into jazz know the jazz musicians don't like to use the word jazz, so let's call it what it is. American Black classical music. So you got that. It's really vibing. It's really, really jazzy. It's darts on the album. There's thought-provoking stuff on there. It's a paradigm shift, just like April 8th, 2024 was. Get the album. Peace.